What's up everyone? Welcome back. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you to everybody who are subscribed to my channel. We finally hit 10,000 subscribers. It's kind of crazy because I didn't think I would be able to reach this in this channel right now. It's just, just filming for fun, and we're finally at this point. So I want to thank you guys. Definitely wouldn't be able to be here without you. So as far as announcements go, just wanted to let you guys know what's going on and just kind of get you up to date on the channel. So far I got a couple of items that have been sent to me for review that are undergoing ongoing review at this point in time. So I do have a power bank that I am putting through testing right now as well. Using it for backpacking as well as car camping. Now, next announcement, as you can see, Bernie, he's tired. We just had him run around the beach earlier today, so he's a little pooped, but he is almost reaching 1 year old finally. So I am planning on taking this guy out to a snow backpacking trip. I think he's almost ready. There will be a video of me taking him out and him doing his first snow backpacking trip. He's gone backpacking with us when he was much younger, but not in the snow. So I'm definitely gonna bring precautionary items just to make sure that he's gonna be okay. But for the most part, I think he'll be fine. So that is also coming up very shortly. It's gonna probably be a one-nighter out in the mountain with this guy, and we'll see how he does. Now, on my community tab, I did say that I wanted, for this 10K subscriber video, I want to give some shout outs as well as do some quick Q&A. So I did get some Q&A posts as well as some shout outs. I will put the shout outs at the end of the video, but I'll do a Q&A right now. So first question is from Okay. What was your first backpacking for overnight hikes, and what did you look for in your second one if you didn't like the first? And he's a new stuff from Tasmania, Australia. Alright, so the first backpacking trip that I took for overnight, it was in Mount Baldy, where we hiked to the summit of Mount Baldy and we basically cowboy camped over there. This was about 8 years ago, and this is when I first backpacked, and I didn't have any experience prior to that. So my friend Kevin, he took us to the top of Mount Baldy, which is a little over 10,000 feet in elevation. Because I didn't have any gear at the time, we went to REI and I rented most of my gear, and we did the hike up to the summit of Mount Baldy. And we didn't bring a tent. We just laid down our sleeping pad, slept in a sleeping bag, and that was pretty much it. And the next morning we hiked it back down. Yeah, that was pretty intense, especially because that was my first backpacking trip. To make it to the summit of the mountain in itself was a pretty big deal for me. But to be able to just like sleep overnight at the summit, that was even crazier in my eyes at the time. And even now, even when I think back on it, it's definitely something I'll never forget. And definitely something I would recommend everyone give a shot and try. And what did I look for in my second one if I didn't like the first? I liked the first one. I guess in my second one, as opposed to the first one, I just wanted to get more of that scenery in that hike. So what I did look for in the second one was just maybe a different type of terrain, to look up a hike that felt new to me again in that hike. So which means going through to the campground, seeing different kinds of views, and that definitely did happen out here in Oregon. Instead of going up straight on a mountain, I went up on a trail that was alongside a creek. Definitely was interesting. It was definitely challenging too, because I packed more weight on that second one. And on that second time around, I did have a tent to camp in. I mean, if I did have a bad experience on the first backpacking trip, I probably would try to look for things I could have improved on, but there was nothing that I disliked about that first experience. So yeah, I guess that does make a big difference for sure, to be able to enjoy that first time experience. Salmon Boy asked, which do you prefer more, backpacking or overlanding? That's a very good question too. Backpacking and overlanding, they each have their pros and cons, right? So backpacking, the great thing about backpacking is that you get to access remote locations that cannot be accessed by any vehicle, and usually a lot of those locations could potentially end up in great scenic views, great places to just camp and hang out, especially if you decide to go up into the mountains near alpine lakes, places like that. So that's the big plus. The con is that you have to put in the work of getting there, right? Like, as opposed to overlanding backpacking, you got to use your legs more. You got to stay somewhat conditioned to be able to get to your locations and your destinations on your feet. You know, you got to play this whole balancing act of, you know, weight versus distance versus, you know, time and all that. So those are the pros and cons of backpacking for me. Whereas in overlanding, you get to your campsite by vehicle and just get there. For the most part, it's pretty easy. It's not really taxing physically, except you just, you know, kind of keeping your eyes open on some of the maybe potentially more treacherous roads that you might go down into. And then once you get to camp, you know, you just pretty much set up everything and you can bring more stuff. It's more luxurious, more laid back, you know, and yeah, you can just haul more things into overlanding sites. The downside to that is, you know, potentially you can't get to certain places you might enjoy when you go backpacking, like, you know, mountain summits, you know, alpine lakes. Although there may be some places you can by vehicle, it's not as abundant as if you were to go backpacking, right? So that's the downside for me in overlanding. It's very hard to choose between those two. I'd say if I had to choose between the two, I like backpacking. If I had to, by a narrow margin, a little bit more. And then we got one from Blair Bush Project, which is a pretty lengthy one. So the first one is, what do you do if wilderness camp and where you take your trash and how to separate it and handle it for the max benefit to the nature? When we go backpacking, we do bring definitely a strong trash bag to be able to bring out all of our trash. And that's when we go backpacking. When we go overlanding, I do have a trasharoo on the back of my tailgate of the truck so that I can just put all the trash into that bag and dispose of it at a waste site, so that it's not all mixed in with other things that are in the back bed of the truck. And then the best meal you can make with no dirty dishes. Best meal you can make with no dirty dishes is obviously the dehydrated meals on a backpacking trip. If you're asking about backpacking trips, you know, you bring like a mountain house meal, you put, you know, hot water in it, rehydrate the food, and then you pretty much just throw away the bag. So I think that's the cleanest way, I believe, to eat, or things that you just pack in a bag and you just eat out of the bag. And that's when you go backpacking. When we go car camping or overlanding, once in a while we'll, you know, buy food from a restaurant that's already made, pre-made, and we'll take it to camp and we'll eat it at camp and then just dispose of, you know, the carton or whatever box it came in. Just like the other day, we bought pizza and we, you know, brought it to camp and we ate some at camp and we threw away the boxes. So yeah, that's it for that so far. Thank you guys for your posts and questions on that. Now for the reason why you're out here, the giveaway. So for this giveaway, I'm gonna have multiple winners. So let's go over each one and the method of how you can win. So the first one is gonna be a $100 Amazon gift card via email. So you don't need to send me your address if you're a winner or anything like that. Just have an email address and I'll send you a gift card via email so you can redeem it if you have access to Amazon. Now to win in that drawing, I'm gonna choose one winner, one person who puts down in the comment section below what you would do with that $100 gift card if you won. So of course you have to be a subscriber and you have a comment there and I'll choose a winner at random. So for the second method, it'll be for you YouTube creators. And I know there are a lot of you out there. What you would need to do is put the hashtag Krokem Outdoors in the description of your video so it pops up under your video. If you do that, that's an automatic one entry. So from any time between now, a video you've created from today until the end of this month, if you put that hashtag Krokem Outdoors, that counts as one entry. You can do that on each of your videos. So if you have 10 videos you create until the end of this month, and on each of those videos you put Krokem Outdoors with the hashtag, that counts as 10 entries. If you describe in any part of your video why you have that hashtag there, that counts as 2 entries as well. So as I mentioned before, it's for any video that you create from today until the end of this month, the last day in March. So I'm gonna pick 2 winners from that method. So there's going to be 2 $100 Amazon gift cards given to 2 different creators for this method, which is through the video and the hashtag. Now, if you're a creator who does this hashtag method and also comments, and you're chosen at random in the comments, you can also still win through this video hashtag as well. So you can potentially win 2 $100 Amazon gift cards. Now, just to be clear, if you create a video, let's say it's a review about shoes, or it's a backpacking trip you went on and you made a video and you don't mention, you know, why you have to hashtag in any way, but you just put that hashtag there, that counts as 1 entry. And well, no matter what kind of video you make, it could be about, you know, whatever it is, you just do a quick mention about why you have that hashtag in that video, then that counts as 2 entries. So yeah, that's about it. Of course, the contest ends at the last day of this month, and I will select a winner for each category. So I will select a winner from the comments, and I will select 2 winners from the video posts, and I will make an announcement shortly thereafter about the winners. So let's get those entries in. Like I said, this is me showing my appreciation to you all. I am grateful that I have the amount of subscribers I have right now, and I wanted to give back to you guys. So yeah, good luck. I wish you guys the best. We do have a trip, like I said, coming up to Mount Shasta in about a week. If you're interested, if you're gonna be in the area and want to just drop by for a day or for a night or whatever, just shoot me an email, like I said, down below. Yeah, we'll see you then. That video for that trip should be out in a week from now, so keep an eye out for that. So with that said, we'll roll the shout outs. I appreciate y'all. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time.